8 o'clock on this Monday morning, January 5th. Thank you for joining us on ARC Rochester. I'm Abby Friedman.
And I'm Dan Schreck. We have a lot to get to this morning, but first, we want to have a look at some of the news you need to know.
Stephanie Joseph is live in the newsroom right now. She's taking a look at some of our top stories this morning. Steph?
Hey there, guys. Good morning. We are continuing to follow some breaking news. Police say a person is in custody after a suspect damaged windows at Vice President J.D. Vance's Cincinnati home. Now, police say that person is in custody again after a suspect had damaged those windows at the vice president's home. That's in Ohio. The Secret Service says an adult male was detained shortly after midnight this morning. Officials say the vice president and his family were not home at the time of the incident. No word yet on any charges at this time. Vance has yet to comment. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro is expected to appear in court today. This comes after he and his wife were captured by U.S. forces in their home on Saturday. It has been met with mixed reaction, some celebrations and some protests. Many lawmakers condemn Maduro, but there is criticism, largely along party lines. Some leaders say the U.S. broke international law with a sovereign nation and U.S. law without getting authorization from Congress. More than 24 people are out of their homes after a fire at an apartment in Henrietta. Crews had to break into the building through the second-floor windows after the floor collapsed. No injuries were reported, but a dog died and a cat is still missing. The cause is under investigation. And finally this morning, a bittersweet win for the Bills last night. The team brutally beating the Jets 35-8. Fans and players also saying goodbye to the old stadium they called home since 1973 before moving to the new Highmark. Buffalo heads next to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars in a wild card on Sunday. And that's what you need to know.
We love a Victory Monday.
Absolutely. Steph,
Thank you, Steph. Hey, let's have a look at what we have brewing for the next 2 hours at 8:30. A look back on an emotional win at Highmark Stadium and what the Bills have to look forward to as they enter the playoffs. Jenna Cottrell will join us with more.
And then coming up in the next hour, Leadership Rochester is hosting its third Kickstart Symposium, setting up attendees for a future full of success. We'll tell you how to participate.
And at 9:35, your memories at Highmark Stadium, a blast from the past featuring some of the pictures you shared with us as Buffalo ushers in a new era.
All right, before all of that, we are going to get a look at our Monday forecast. Meteorologist Marty Snyder tracking a little bit of snow out there today, Marty, but nothing too significant, and we do have a warm-up on the way, too.
Very true. Yeah, that's the good news. We're going to warm things up, see a little bit of melting play out. But yeah, like you mentioned, Abby, between now and then, there is at least some snow on the way. We have been seeing some that has been passing through. Not a lot. A lot of it's been really just staying aloft and not really hitting the ground. We have seen it in some of the observations at the airport. You can see this one really narrow segment off to our west, mainly out into a portion of Niagara County, northern Erie County, where it is just a little bit more intense. That'll swing through as we head through the end of the morning commute. And after that, I think it's mainly going to be a couple of scattered snow showers after that. And that should be about it for what does make its way through. But we're starting off with temperatures mostly coming in the 20s right now, 25. Notice there is some snow that is being reported at the airport right now, but fairly light. You can see visibility towards the horizon pretty good at this point. And we're going to see numbers rise up mostly into the 30s for highs. We'll be somewhere in the low to maybe mid 30s for highs in a few places, but that should be about it. Any of the snow is confined mainly to the morning, and I think it should be just very minimal accumulation, maybe a little light coating on some surfaces, and that should be about it. 33 today, 26 tonight, tomorrow about 40 for a high. That's when we see some rain build in by the afternoon, maybe a rain or snow shower on Wednesday, and by Friday, within a couple degrees of 50 for a high, so we warm up at least for January standards by then, and then temperatures slide back a little bit as we head deeper into the weekend. But overall, nice upward trend in temperatures as we head through the week, probably closing in on 50 by the very end of the work week.
Okay, I'm just, in a perfect world, Marty, if you could give me like 3 days of 60 in February.
Wow.
You're asking for a lot there, dude.
I know, but just consecutive. So it's easier to achieve that way, I think.
Yeah, I don't think that has ever happened in Rochester recorded history.
Oh, boy. That sounds like a weather trivia question if I've ever heard one. Jeez.
Mark?
Might have a better chance with the lottery, I think.
Oh, okay. 1 in 292 million.
That's about it.
Good odds. Thank you, sir.
Sure.
All right, let's go off the top. We'll start with some of the stories that have piqued our interest this morning. I'll start things off today. A pretty serious crime out of Nebraska. Do you know the Hamburglar?
Who doesn't?
Well, like not personally, but like you're familiar.
Yes, and the Muffin Man.
Whoa.
I know.
Crazy. All right, so he was founded in the 70s as a way to boost sales for McDonald's. He literally steals hamburgers in the world of Ronald McDonald. He's not exactly problematic. That's just kind of who he is and how he apparently makes his living, I guess. There is something ironic, though, about this story. A statue of the Hamburglar being burgled. We'll let it lie. The roles were reversed in a way for this poor Hamburglar. What?
The roles were reversed?
Yeah, that's what I was going for. Yeah. Okay, so a statue of the Hamburglar, specifically his head, was taken in the middle of the night from the front lawn of Maggie and Blake Woodcock. There he is. Blake is a firefighter. Now, he did not choose to have this decoration on his lawn. It's not like he and the wife decided it would go great with the patio set or would fit beautifully right next to the hydrangea bush. No, it was given to him by the fire department as part of a 25-year tradition. One firefighter is picked every year. They have to keep the Hamburglar on the front lawn for the entire year. Is it hazing? No, not really. The firefighters see it as a trophy. This statue is not little. It's about 100 pounds. So you're not going to miss this thing when you drive past the house. You're also probably going to notice if it goes missing. Well, Blake's wife, Maggie, learned through the grapevine about the possible suspect who took the Hamburglar head. She went over to confront the person. The article I found online did not identify the person, but the Ring doorbell video did capture the thief taking the Hamburglar head in the middle of the night, much like the Hamburglar himself. Maggie says she didn't want to be the reason that the tradition ended. After 25 years, this was important. So she said, enough is enough. She went over to the suspect's house. She recorded the entire encounter on her cell phone, and in the video, which we can't play for you here, but you can watch it online, you can hear her demanding to get the statue back, and it's kind of funny. She says something to the tune of, "I want my Hamburglar head back," to which the suspect says, "I have no idea what you're talking about." Expletives are thrown around, but Maggie didn't back down. The story ultimately comes to a close, all thanks to a child who was inside the apartment. Maggie says he appeared and decided honesty was the best policy. He probably doesn't know that nobody likes a snitch. He chimed in with, "Oh yeah, it's right over here," wrapped up in a tarp inside the house. The guy eventually gave up. Maggie and a friend carried the 100-pound statue back to the house. Ultimately a happy ending for the family, the fire department, and the Hamburglar.
Hey, props to that kid.
Seriously.
Props to that kid.
Can you imagine? I'm sorry. I'm laughing the whole time. I'm thinking about this kid who's just like, oh, yeah, obviously we have that. It's right over here.
have that.
You forgot that you brought it home?
Yeah.
Crazy.
That thing you said was our coffee table?
Yeah.
Right here?
Well, and she, in the story, she was saying that it was wrapped in the tarp, but somebody put a plant on top of it. Like, oh yeah, look, this is normal.
This is supposed to go here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just tarps. They're just like curtains.
Exactly.
Tablecloth.
Yeah.
I don't hope he gets charged.
They're not. She said that she's not pressing charges.
But listen, I hope this person was embarrassed beyond,
Yeah. We see these stories so often where people see like funny things or things that are meaningful and they're like, oh, I'm going to take that.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
I don't know. And then to double down on it. Oh, I don't have it. Nope, not in my house.
Yeah.
Not in my house.
If a kid is ratting you out, like you're a bad person. I'm sorry. Like,
were you going to say you're a bad parent too if it's your kid ratting you out?
I was going to say you're a horrible person, but that's a little far. But do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like the fact that the kid is the voice of reason and is like, yeah, of course we have the Hamburglar.
Yes.
Like, and what are you going to do with it? Do you remember, this is getting way off topic here. Do you remember the Buffalo blizzard, December of 2022? It was at Christmas time.
Sure.
People were looting at some point, and somebody went and stole a gumball machine. And this person was dubbed the Gumball Bandit, because he was wearing like a ski mask and he's carrying this giant gumball machine. And somebody went and got it tattooed on them.
Did they ever get the gumball machine back?
No, I don't believe so. Just, see, that's what I mean though. Like people take things for dumb reasons. What are you going to do with that?
I don't know. That gumball thief, he's sitting in his living room right now watching us. He's a viewer.
Big fan of the show.
Yeah,
huge.
He's got that gumball machine sitting right next to him.
You know what? I think I'll have a piece now.
Yeah, morning sugar rush. Hey, we're going to continue the conversation right now, and we're going to keep talking about McDonald's. You can keep scrolling, Rory. Thank you. You know the line, 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun? Marty, you know that one, right? Or
That's
you're
Mark.
not Marty. You're Mark. Mark, you know that one, right? Sorry, welcome back. That jingle has been living rent-free in our brains for decades. But today, we're not talking about the Big Mac. We are talking about the McRib, the sandwich that shows up like a seasonal allergy, causes chaos, then disappears into the night. And now it's also the subject of a class action lawsuit. Here is what is on the record. A lawsuit was filed last month in federal court in Chicago, December 23rd to be exact. It claims McDonald's misleads customers by calling it a McRib, even though the patty is not actually rib meat. The suit also alleges the patty can include things like heart and tripe or stomach. Again, that is what the lawsuit claims. But McDonald's says, that's not true. The company called the claims ridiculous and said the McRib is made with 100% seasoned boneless pork, and McDonald's says it does not use hearts, tripe, or stomach in it. So this is really a let the court sort this out kind of situation. On one side, people say the name makes you think rib. On the other, McDonald's says it's pork. It's always been pork. And the internet needs a hobby.
That's what they said.
That's what they said. It's pork. It's always been pork, and the internet needs a hobby.
Wow.
Got to give people something to do. But here's the thing. If you're going to name something the McRib, aren't you inviting people to ask? It's not a rib sandwich. It's a McRib, and that's not a real bone running through it. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. When you hear McRib, do you think rib meat? Because I sure do. Or do you hear mystery-shaped pork with barbecue sauce and onions? You just love it anyway?
Keep going.
I want to know what you have to say. Because what we're really learning this morning is just that. Some people order the McRib for their taste buds. Others order it with their law degree.
If those ribs don't come from Ronald McDonald himself, then I don't want anything to do with it.
Those are Ronald's ribs? The clown?
Yeah.
Isn't that cannibalism?
Well, I don't know. What is he made of? He's lived forever.
Yes, but I'm pretty sure he's still human.
Well, maybe it's Grimace, because nobody knows what Grimace is.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, he's a taste bud, right?
Grimace is a taste bud.
We talked about that before on the
Yes,
show.
Grimace is a taste bud.
Does he have ribs?
I don't think so. Could it have been the hamburger? They got the body. They don't have the body.
You know what?
Of the Hamburglar.
That's an excellent point.
We only have the head.
We need to see the body.
We need... Mark, are you a McRib fan? Are you a McRib fan?
I've never had the McRib. You want to know why? I don't trust it.
You haven't lived at McDonald's until you've had the McLean Deluxe.
What is the McLean Deluxe?
It was the first experiment into a non-meat patty back in the 90s.
And what?
It was like 30% not beef.
Okay, that doesn't make sense.
Right. I don't know. They called it the Deluxe for some reason, but you can look it
What
up
was
online.
the other 70%?
Beef. And then the 30% was other stuff.
That doesn't make it a veggie burger, though.
It was the experimental days, Dan.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's why he turned out the way he did.
They also had
He's never
pizza
been
at
the
that
same.
time.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the pizza?
Yes, McDonald's pizza.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm glad they got their statue back, and I can't wait to find out what is in the McRib, what science says.
We're getting in on this
It's
lawsuit. I'll tell you that much.
You know I am. Hey, coming up, how a local tournament is helping people battle breast cancer in our area. We're checking back in with Chris Lopez next.
And don't forget, take us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live. Join us right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. We're back on the other side of the break. 17, welcome back. A nonprofit that provides financial help for those fighting breast cancer recently celebrated its 20th anniversary.
Yeah, the organization is called SIS, and in a few weeks, it'll be holding one of the biggest fundraisers of the year for that organization. Chris Lopez is live at Midtown Athletic Club this morning, learning more about paddle tennis. Paddle tennis. I didn't want to call it paddle ball.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, so it's not paddleball, and we're going to get to that in just 1 second. That tournament happening January 17th, 9 a.m. You can go on our website, 13WHAM or Fox Rochester, to find out more information and then sign up. The goal this year is $40,000. Now, this tournament alone has raised almost $1 million, and they are looking to cross that threshold with this tournament here. They're doing a lot of great work in the community. They really bridge that gap for people diagnosed with cancer. That means bills, groceries, gas, you name it. Some of the stuff that you don't really think about, they help with that. Now, I've been teasing this all morning long. We have been trying to talk about paddle, and I've been trying to get to this man here. He's been quietly waiting by on 2 live shots now out in the freezing cold. This is Laramie. He's the director of racket sports here at Midtown Athletic. First off, let's talk about this tournament. You have seen this tournament for what? How many years?
I've been in Rochester 16 years.
16 years. So with this tournament here, this is a very fun way to raise money.
It's an awesome way to raise money, yeah. I mean, people are going to come out and play paddle all day. They're also just donating. We do raffles. They're sponsors of the tournament. It's a fun way to get together and raise some money.
And he took me around Midtown, showed me around for a little bit, and he was talking to people and trying to get them to sign up. So he's been doing his job as well. Paddle, though, we haven't talked about it. I thought it was pickleball. It's not pickleball. It's also not tennis. It's a little bit between. Dan, you call it paddle tennis, right?
Yeah. So like everybody's pretty familiar with pickleball, right? Like the little paddle, the wiffle ball, and all that. This one's a little different. I mean, it's heavier. It's a little more dense. Got holes in it. The ball's kind of a harder rubber.
Okay.
The courts are real gritty, but like it's kind of the same tennis rules. The court's kind of the same, smaller, but you can also play when the ball goes past you off the screen. You can keep it in play. So these guys are having great points behind us. I mean, the points themselves are lasting 30, 40 seconds, just balls going in play constantly. So it's just so much fun.
And for anyone who wants to sign up, and they're a beginner, they've never even played paddle before, can you just sign up for the tournament and you'll pick it up pretty quickly?
Pretty quickly, yeah. I mean, we've got all kinds of levels that are going to play, from people just getting started to like some of our higher level players in town. It's not, it's really about having a good time, generating some funds for, a good cause.
Not trying to win, maybe, if you would like to win. Thank you, Laramie. We're going to be talking to him in the next segment as well. I want to go to Lisa Peacock. She is the wife of Dr. Peacock, who was supposed to be here, but you're filling in a gap. But you've been a part of this tournament for 20 years? 20 years.
It's the very first one.
What was that tournament like 20 years ago?
It was a lot of fun. You played basically with a partner that you played in other leagues with. But there were some people that chose to play with a friend or a family member that was undergoing breast cancer treatment or had a history of breast cancer. So you may have had a very wide range of levels of ability. And so it became known as like a fun tournament that raised a lot of money, and it just brought a lot of camaraderie within the women of the community on one goal: raising money for breast cancer for people that need help.
How many total participants would you say roughly in that first year?
Oh, in the first year, I think we had 60 participants,
60?
So probably like 30 teams.
What's the most that you've seen so far over the past?
We're capped at 120.
Wow. Okay.
I think 120 teams.
Okay.
Yeah.
120 teams. So
Yes.
you've seen a lot of growth with that. What do you think that says about the community? It's going to be freezing cold. Let's not lie. January 17th, it's going to be cold, and they're still going to come out here.
Yes. We've had a wide range of temperatures, so it can be anything. It's Rochester. But what does it mean? It just means that people like to have fun in Rochester, and it means that people are very generous.
I love that.
Yeah.
Can't sum it up any better. We're going to come back at you guys. We're going to check back in at about 8:40. We're going to be talking to Lizanne, Executive Director of SIS, about what you need to know to participate in this tournament, who it helps, what that money goes to, coming up on ARC Rochester. For now, I'm going to send it back to you in studio.
Hey, Chris, quick question for you. If someone is sitting at home thinking to themselves, I want to be a part of this paddle tournament, do they have to be a member at Midtown Athletic to make that happen?
No, you just need to sign up, and there's actually several different places that are participating, which we'll have on our website as well. Monroe County Country Club, there's a few other country clubs that are participating, but you do not need to be a member to come to, let's say, Midtown. And you can just hop on the court after you sign up.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
Speaking of fans of Midtown Athletic Club, coming up, a check of our